Hey, what's happening, YouTube? I'm Shavana. I'm a second medium and paranormal educator, and today I'm going to do a story time. I am going to tell you guys the story about me visiting Zach Bagans, the Haunted Museum in Las Vegas, Nevada. I wanted to reiterate some things that I shared on social media. I don't believe I made a video or mentioned it in my videos here on YouTube, but I wanted to do a story time and talk to you guys about the experiences I had there. I do have the experience typed out on my phone that I posted in the beginning of when I visited the museum in October of last year, and I just wanted to make sure that I wanted to touch on the same things that I did that I posted in the post and said in the post. And I wanted to elaborate on the things that I said in the post. So this was something on my bucket list that I wanted to experience and visit because I've been a lifelong Ghost Adventures fan. I've been watching Ghost Adventures since I was a kid. I've always loved that show throughout the years, and it's just been one of my favorite paranormal shows. I don't watch many paranormal shows, but Ghost Adventures is like my top number one paranormal show. And I wanted to visit the museum when it first got when Zach Bagans first talked about it. He was saying how he was putting it together and the location and the history behind the location and all that. And I really just wanted to visit this museum. Back in October was my first time ever going to Vegas, visiting Vegas. So I just had to see this museum while I was out there. Like, that was something I just had to do while I was there. We were there for a week and stuff like that. So I want to just get right into the experience and talk to you guys about it. So, first things first, you get there, you get there, and the tour guides or the people the administrating tour guides are there to greet you outside. The first, I think they split you up in groups. I think a group of 5 or 6 or something like that. I'm not really sure, but they split you up in groups and you go in and do the tour, and it's like a 1.5 hour tour that you go through this building, and this building has, mind you, 30 plus rooms and exhibits. And I'm in a wheelchair, so and there's a lot of stairs in areas like that, so they make it accessible for you, for the handicap or people in my predicament, to see the upstairs exhibits. The upstairs exhibits you can see through an iPad or a tablet to watch the tour. Watch a tour guide take you on a tour from to upstairs, and it's really really cool that they have that accommodation. I just wish that they did have an elevator or some kind, so people like myself can have the full experience of the tour instead of just watching it on a screen. But anyway, aside from that, me being a psychic medium and sensitive to energies and spirits and whatnot of that nature, I could just feel the presence and the heaviness of all these objects and all these spirits that may inhabit this place. And it just, I've got the feeling of dizziness and just, it kind of felt, I kind of felt claustrophobic going through some of these rooms and areas, and dizziness, and like the Bella Lugosi mirror, I got a little dizzy looking into it. Yes, I did look into the Bella Lugosi mirror, but it was just it was kind of like, at times it was kind of like an out of body experience because of the heaviness and the thickness of the energy in this building and in these exhibits. There's just so much history and there was just so many objects and so many cursed and haunted objects there. Like, I could just feel every bit of it there, and it was just so intense and so exciting at the same time. Like, I was just in awe, and the entire time it was fantastic. But let me backtrack and explain to you. Before you go on this tour, there's this magician of some sort that does a presentation and does a few magic tricks and makes you laugh and does this and that. There was this python I got to hold and take a picture with. I love pythons. I don't like small snakes, which is weird, I do enjoy looking and observing pythons and big snakes of that nature, and I never really got to hold one, and I've always wanted to. So I finally got to hold a python, and I don't know if it was a python or it was just a huge snake, but I'm pretty sure it was a python, and it was just fantastic. It was really heavy, and it was scaly, and just it was just. I was the only one out of the group of people that I went with to hold the python snake, and so okay, so after that, then they take you through this door, and then you meet your tour guide. It was a lady, and she was very professional. She explained each exhibit really well. I loved her personality, and she was just really cool woman to be taken on the tour by. But she explained each exhibit really well, and each just I at the end of the tour. Sorry, I'm jumping around a lot. I'm trying to just get my thoughts together and explain to you guys all this, and just kind of get you to understand the experiences I had. But the last few exhibits I didn't go into because that energy just not go right to me. It was the demon house room that I didn't go into, and I think there was one more exhibit that I didn't go to. But there was things from every episode there, like a souvenir or something that they brought back from each episode or each investigation that they've done, and put it in this museum, and it was just so amazing to see all this stuff. There was some stuff from Charles Manson that was there. There was some stuff from the uh, investigation that they did out here in Sacramento, where I live, and it was just so crazy. Like, it was just so intense and so amazing to see all these exhibits and all these items. A Dubu box, I think it's called. You guys know what I'm saying. It's a box that you're not supposed to open or mess with or anything like that. That box was there. I got scared the daylights out of me when someone jumped out of the dollhouse. It was a dwarf, a little person, and she blended in with the dolls because it was a doll room collection of haunted dolls, and she was just standing there in the room, and all you could just see is this little person coming out the room slowly and very creepy, and I got scared. And it was crazy because I could see her coming out the room, but I still got scared when she was all the way out. Like, it was just like, oh my god. It's just so intense in this and during this tour. I heard voices, I got touched, I was dizzy. Like, this tour had so much effect on me. I was drained of all my energy for like 3 days after this tour. I had to sleep. I had to take a couple naps after this. Like, I was completely drained of energy. I didn't take on any clients. I didn't do any bookings or anything like that after this tour and after I got home, because I think that was like the second to last day of our vacation there, and it was just so crazy that all this happened. Like, I really didn't expect anything crazy to happen to me, but I do remember being touched. I do remember being dizzy, and I do remember hearing voices and being talked to, and just it was just the most surreal experience of my life, because I just never thought I would be able to experience this amazing museum in person, and it was like kind of like one in a lifetime opportunity. I would love to go back to Vegas and tour it again to see if I have the same experience or more, um, or something else more that will happen to me. I don't know, but it's just it's like one of those things that you have to do while you're in Vegas. If you're a paranormal enthusiast or a person that's in the paranormal, I would suggest you visit this place. I would say go there protected, like, or if you're very sensitive to energies like I am, I would say go there protected, like have some crystals in your pocket or on your person. Make sure you are fully protected. Make sure you smudge yourself with Palo Santo or sage after this tour, just to make sure you didn't bring home any attachments or energies or anything like that, just to clear your aura, clear your person, make sure everything's good. I did that when we got home a couple days later, because like I said, I think it was the second to last day that we were on this vacation. But I just loved everything about this experience, even though some stuff happened to me and I was drained for 3 days after, I continue to tell the story, talk to people about it, encourage people to see this museum, especially paranormal enthusiasts and paranormal lovers like myself. I say, if you're ever in Vegas, go visit this museum. Zach Bagans is one of the best in the field, and I recommend all to see this museum. Even if you're a non-believer or a skeptic, I will suggest that you go and visit and tour this museum. It's just amazing. The staff is amazing. I've seen a few people that I've recognized from the show that work behind the scenes, really. Um, but yes, it's just, I didn't meet Zach. He was not there when we toured, but I hope the next tour that we go on to, when we ever make it back to Vegas, that he's there and I get to meet him. But yeah, it was just the most fun experience of my life. Just the crying boy picture, the mirror, the coffins, the skulls, just the human skulls, the human body parts, the human things that were there. You can just feel the intensity of these objects and the spirits behind those objects and the attachments to those objects. It's just so impactful. Like, this experience impacted me deeper than I ever thought possible. Like, it just reaffirmed my belief of the paranormal visiting this place, and I loved everything about it. I just I just loved it, and the people that I went to were I wanted to go, and no one in my group wanted to go, but they went for me, and I told them not to go, and they complained about it afterwards. Um, but I'm like, I told you guys not to come. I could have did the tour by myself, but no, they wanted to go. They wanted to come. They wanted to do the tour with me. But other than that, they enjoyed themselves. I definitely enjoyed myself. If you guys have any questions about the tour or exhibits or anything like that, please put them in the comments. I would love to keep this conversation going with you guys, share more stories with you guys about this experience. I'm trying to think of some more stuff to say or talk about from this experience, but I can't really think of anything else to talk about. Like I said, I did experience dizziness. I did experience hearing voices. I did experience being touched. I was drained for 3 days, and 3 days is a pretty significant number in the paranormal. So it's like, why was I drained for 3 days? It's just you kind of, when you're a person that works in the paranormal field like me and others, you kind of just think about numbers and signs and significance of those numbers and signs and such like that. But yeah, it's one of those things that it's one of those landmarks, not landmarks, but it's one of those tours, ghost tours, that you have to experience for yourself to get the full experience of the extent of the experience. Because I can tell you stories all day about this tour and how the experience affected me, but you wouldn't fully grasp or understand how impactful this place is unless you go there yourself and experience stuff. And you might not experience stuff. You might experience more than me. You might experience this or that. I don't know, because everybody is affected by energies differently. And with me being so sensitive to energy, I was genuinely exhausted and drained of my energy for 3 days after this tour. And I was just in awe to be in the company of all these artifacts and all these exhibits, and being a fan of the show for so long. I was just truly grateful to be able to experience something this great and this awesome and this purifying. Like, there was some, I think there was a freak show that we went on, that we seen during this tour. This guy did some crazy stuff with his face and water in a bucket. Like, I can't tell you enough, like, how crazy this museum is. It's like a fun house kind of museum. Like, it's not just a museum with exhibits. It's like a fun house, in like a haunted house. And really, and I didn't know it was going to be kind of like a haunted house. I thought it was going to be the museum of the exhibits, but no, it's much more than just a museum with exhibits. It's so much more. It's a whole experience, and it's just was fantastic to go through and to see all the rooms and feel all this energy, and hear all the history behind it. And there was, serial killer exhibit with Charles Manson and Ed Gein and all that stuff. It was just totally intense, this place. And like I said, if you have any questions about this experience, my experience, or want to know further about anything, please put them in the comments. I would love to continue this conversation about Zach Bagans' the Haunted Museum in Las Vegas, Nevada. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Love and light to you guys all. Bye!